Hello and welcome to my implementation of Conway's Game of Life. So, for those who are unfamiliar, Conway's Game of Life is played out on a 2D grid of squares. Cells that are white are considered dead, and cells that are black are considered alive. So, cells live and die based on how many neighboring cells are dead or alive. So we start off with a grid here. We can change the size of our grid. So let's just scale it down just to show. And we can plot out some random points. And if we click play, we will see that the game of life appears. And so we see that the cells are abiding by the rules as different shapes start to emerge. So if we take a quick pause, we can also, if we'd like, right now we're on the 82nd generation. We can click this to just quickly advance to the next generation, one at a time. Or if we'd like to, we can increase the tick rate here. And looks like that initial seed was not the best, and all of our cells died. However, there are some cool shapes that are pretty notable within the game of life that I will show you right now. So the first of those are known as still lifes. So these are shapes that are unchanging, as they have the perfect amount of alive neighbors around them that they will not be affected by the rules and will remain static. So examples of this are the block. This shape is called the beehive. As well, this shape is called the boat. So when I press play, the generation counter is increasing, but these shapes are unmoving. So we can just reset the board here, set our current generation back to 1. The next type of shape that happens are known as oscillators. So this one is known as a blinker. So if I advance to the next generation, it will just oscillate around these 2 points. We'll reset that. We can also show a beacon, which is another type. So if we increase the tick rate here, it's like Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man kissing. There you go. Last but not least, we have shapes known as spaceships. For these, can travel. So for this, I'm going to increase the grid size a fair bit just to show it traveling. And I'm going to create what's known as a lightweight spaceship. So we start off here by populating the bottom. And so when we hit play, this will travel across the screen and maintain its form relatively as it travels. So another implementation is something super cool if you have not seen it before, called a glider gun, which is a pretty notable structure within the game of life that people have found. So I'll just quickly make that here. So now that we have this all set up, Let's check it out. And if we increase the tick right here, you can see that it spawns continuously some gliders. And this will be infinite, which is pretty sweet. And if we're sick of this, we can reset the board and randomize until we are satisfied. But it doesn't stop there. What if black's too boring? Well, let's randomize the colors. So if you want a little bit of diversity, you can randomize the colors. Or if you have a particular color in mind, you can go ahead and set that here. Let's go for a nice green. And there you go. So this is my implementation of Conway's Game of Life. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.